Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. Hey, Rick is here. Jeremy's here. Everybody's popping on. Came on a little early today. I'm here and oops, getting a little reverb here though. Hold on. Hey, Rick is here. Jeremy's here. Everybody's popping on. Came on a little early today. I'm here and oops, getting a little reverb here though. Rick is here. Jeremy's here. Hold on, a little technical issues here. A little early today. I'm here and oops, getting a little reverb here. Okay. Yay. Okay, I think I got it right now. How you guys like? I found it. Did you ever find an old t-shirt that you haven't worn in a long time? Yeah. One of my New York City Marathon shirts here. I've run five New York City marathons. Before, it cost you a couple $1,000s to do it. Now it's one of the most expensive races in the world. Time consuming. We're going to talk about, let me hit the record button here. Good morning, Naomi. Bill is here. Amir is here. Who else? Franklin.
Yes, sir.
My favorite background is here. We're recording now. We're also live on YouTube, just doing a little experiment today. If anybody, one of you could do me a favor and just go to YouTube real quick and see if this works okay. That'd be great. Something I don't usually do, but I'm testing, seeing if if we can do a simultaneous broadcast. This is something Zoom allows us to do. I'm going to talk about several things today. Let's see, Bailey's here. Alex, the new guy. Alex, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi there, my name is Alex Wojcik. Grew up in a place called Broomfield, Colorado. I reside in Denver. Been doing wholesaling, subject to transactions, a little bit of Airbnb, and excited to be here.
Alex is a baby. What are you, 23 years old or something?
Yeah, 27, more or less, yeah.
27. I have underwear older than you, man.
Say that again?
I have underwear older than you.
Know what to get you for Christmas, Claude.
Alex, you're in Colorado. I'm up in Winter Park, Colorado. We have 4 major fires. Okay, somebody has to. Do I have to mute everybody? Okay, I'm getting background noise. Okay. Okay, we muted everybody. If you want to talk or contribute, please please unmute yourself. We got 4 major fires here. One was the other day was 15 miles away. It's a huge fire. Now it's 7 miles away. Nothing makes you more nervous than having a gigantic forest fire. They have all kinds of planes flying over our house and everything right now. We're in the mountains in Colorado. We have so much dead trees from beetles and stuff. So it's like tinder. So I've already got my suitcase and the kids' pictures and things like that on the side. So we might have to evacuate here today, tomorrow, next day, unless they have zero control of this fire right now up here. The funny thing is I live in California and we have the same thing over there too. So just wanted to share that with you. It's amazing in the summer, you have to close all your doors and windows and everything, no fresh air because the smoke is so heavy. So that's what's is that like, is Alex, is that like that down for you down there in Broomfield?
Yeah, we can't even see the mountains and it's pretty hazy and people are coughing and they're like, I don't know if it's COVID or if it's the forest fires. Yeah, it's scary stuff.
It's amazing. First we get COVID and then now we're getting fire. It's like all the plagues of the Passover or something like that. You know, it's amazing. Anyway, we're going to talk about a bunch of things today. I want to do a lot of role plays today with you guys. One question came up from my friend Justin Chamness. You guys all know Justin. He said, Claude, basically he said, are prospects influenced by materialism? Do we make decisions to buy things by social proof, by conformity. When we see a guru, and he mentioned one in by name, Dan Locke, who was always in his little Bentley, or Grant Cardone loves to show off his jet or something like that, his shared jet. Does that kind of stuff, and does that influence us? Do you think it works?
Of course it does.
What do you mean?
Of course, people are influenced emotionally. They make purchase decisions emotionally, and then they justify it rationally. So when they see like Dan Locke in his Bentley, or Grant Cardone in his private jet.
How about Claude Diamond in his 30-year-old
t-shirt? That would influence people too.
I don't think so. I don't think so. So just because a guy or girl shows a lot of bling, standing in front of a car or a house they're renting or own, or something like that, what does that say to you? What does that say to you emotionally? What's going through your head when you see things like that? This is social proof, isn't it?
Right. So, I mean, what it would say to me is, hey, if that guy who usually goes something like this, they used to be in a negative, down and out situation, and now here they are with the Ferrari, Bentley, or the jet. So what it says to me is, if that guy could go from that situation, which is typically worse than the situation that I'm in, then I should be able to do it too. Therefore, whatever it is that they're selling, whatever it is that they're whatever information they're looking to give me, must be valid in one way or another. That's kind of the way.
What about when it's not valid? I'm going to use a little bad language here. What about when it comes across as guru bullshit? Do you ever get that feeling sometimes?
Of course.
Do you think that has the opposite effect?
Of course it does. Does it come off as guru bullshit? Yeah, I mean, but it's hard to differentiate the two because, quite frankly,
why? Why is it hard to differentiate? That's a great point. Thank you, Franklin. That's a great point.
Right. Most people have not seen what the real deal is, right? So most people don't know any really wealthy individuals who they can call and ask. So when they see someone who has those things, that's what their perception is. Oh, this is what a wealthy person must look like. Therefore, they must be telling the truth, right?
So how do we differentiate somebody who has truly something that works, something that's successful? How do we differentiate and not be influenced by the materialism, or try not to be influenced? How do we know if it's genuine or not?
You got to do your due diligence. You got to
what
check.
do you mean? What, that's a great answer. Give me specifics now, though. What do you mean by due diligence? You go to YouTube, you go to a web page, you see somebody showing off their bling, all their fancy things and everything, and say, oh wow, I want to do what they're doing. I want to have what they're having. How do you know they're genuine?
Well, if you're a wholesaler, let me see your HUDs. Let me see what let me see your documentation. And if they're really trying to teach you something.
Okay, role play with me. Okay, you saw, go ahead. You saw all this stuff. You've called me up. You want to do business with me, but there's a credibility issue. Show me how you, as a genuine, intelligent, and prospect would determine whether I'm full of it or not.
Hey, Claude, I really like what you're selling there. I think that program would be something that I'm interested in purchasing. Is there anything that you can show me? Any deals that you'd be able to present to me so that I can, kind of verify anything that you're saying?
I love that you asked me that question, Mr. Nadekwi. That is fantastic. I wish more people would ask me questions like that and not just take it for granted. I really love that you asked me that. What would you need in order for us to make you feel comfortable about my veracity, my credibility, and for us to move forward and make a commitment today? What would you need from me, sir?
Are there any transactions that you might have that that are verified from any third parties, or any documentation that you might have that you feel comfortable with sharing with me, so that I can just kind of like if you own a few houses or a few.
Would you like to see? I'll whatever you need, sir. The only thing I ask in return, reciprocity, is that if these meet with your personal satisfaction, can we make a commitment to move forward and do business today?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, great. So would you like to see deeds, paperwork? Would you like to speak to people I've done deals with? Have you gone to my webpage and seen the live video testimonials I have?
I have seen the testimonials. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more skeptical with testimonials, but deeds would be perfect.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Oh, so how many people would you like to speak to? 3, 4, 5, 50?
3 would be perfect. I think 3 would be good for me.
I'm going to send you 5 people today. I'm going to send you my friend Damon Boudreau. I think we just recently did a transaction. He's in Louisiana. I'll send you 4 other people, and you speak with them, and we'll talk again on Zoom, if I have your word as a gentleman, at 4:30 on Zoom. And you'll either say, Claude, get lost, you're fired, or we can move forward because it met with your needs. Is that fair?
That's fair, Claude. That would work.
Okay, that was a good, give him a round of applause. That was a good role play. That's exactly what it should sound like. What did you guys, give me some takeaways. What did you learn from that? Somebody unmute yourself and speak. Come on, there's 27 people out there. Somebody's got an opinion.
The reciprocity, you were specific with what he wanted to get from you, and you asked for something in return, which a lot of times people don't ask for. Okay, I'll give it to you, I'll dump everything you need, but then we forget to ask something in return.
How important is it to always ask for something back when you give?
It's important because it puts both people on the same ground. Like, I'm gonna give you something, you're asking me from me honesty, but I ask the same thing from you.
Did you hear the specific time frame, the specific commitment? I will give you, first I stroked him. Did you guys all pick up the stroking? Why is stroking so important?
Put some at ease.
Go ahead, Assad.
And keeps you from being adversarial.
Yes, go ahead, Assad.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It keeps them from being adversarial. I mean, because if you come, a lot of times people can come off abrasive even when they're not trying to, though. So it's always good, just to put them at ease, to relax them before you tell them what it is that you're going to do or whatever it is.
What would the amateur, what do the other 99% do when they get that kind of request? What do they do? Do they get defensive? What does it sound like? Someone give me an amateur. Who's going to be my amateur salesman? Who can do a bad salesman? I'll have to pick on Nicole. You have to go ahead, unmute yourself. Okay. Now go ahead, ask me for references, testimonials, or whatever. Go ahead. I'll be the amateur.
Okay, so, I've been ripped off a few times, and I just, I'm a little leery, and I'd like some, I need references. I need,
well, we have some quotes on my webpage and everything. I really can't we can't give away the personal phone numbers of those people we work with. Nicole, you can understand that, right?
Well, not really. I mean,
well, nobody ever asks me for things like this, Nicole. We're a big company. We've been in business a long time and everything.
Yeah, Claude, here's the deal. I mean, if you're really great at what you do, you should be proud to have,
well, I've never been I've never been, nobody ever asks things like this of me. People know who I have a video, I have a web page and a Facebook page and everything. You can check out everything about me online.
I mean, no offense, Claude, but there's a sucker born every minute. You know what I mean? I mean, people, a lot of people don't do their due diligence, but I don't have a choice. I've been burned too many times, and no offense, Claude. I'm sure you're great at what you do.
No, I am offended. Off the role play. You did that very well, Nicole.
Okay.
Very well. That's what, is Nicole going to be a prospect, or am I pushing her further away because she knows I'm hesitant to, you talk to a salesperson and they brag how great they are and how many deals they've done, how many clients they have. And then you ask them for one simple thing and they start backpedaling. What goes through your mind?
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Claude, I just had that happen the other day, and it's this deal like it's a grant writing thing. You have to pay like almost $4,000 up front, and there's no refund if it doesn't go through. And so I was like, well, you know, what's the success rate? What's the approval rate? And she didn't want to give it to me.
It's funny. Claudia and I are on the board of several nonprofits. One of them is a theater that we helped to build in Colorado, and we have a professional grant. We have a professional grant writer who helps us with grants. Somebody's really good at it, and eventually we've become very sophisticated at applying for grants for the theater. There's a lot of money out there if you're a nonprofit, by the way. But you know, you got to ask the questions. There's no guarantees on grants, but you want somebody with a history. Somebody, you know, our grant writer helped us with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and we got a lot, buku bucks from them for the theater.
Wow.
But you have to fill these things out right. So ask for their, hey, who have you received money from before? Who have you helped raise? How much have you raised? What's the time frame? Could I speak to one or two of those people as a reference before I make a commitment? Anybody who has, those are reasonable questions, okay? Those are reasonable things. But accountability, reciprocity, these are the things you need to ask for. And if the prospect asks it of you, you can close that prospect by their request. You can close them right up front. If you say, you can even do a hypothetical. Suppose it's something they ask, something crazy that you really can't do. Then you say, well, can you guarantee me I'm going to make $10 million in the next 30 days? Well, let's pretend I could. What would you say to me next? Get a commitment and then fix it. Say, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. And nobody can make that kind of promise. That's that's an unreasonable promise. Do you want me to lie to you or tell you the truth before we start doing business? But at least you got the commitment up front, and now you're gaining more credibility by telling the truth. That's a really good guts move or strategy when they ask for something crazy like that. Credibility is so important, but getting that commitment or a tentative commitment in the first phone call is good. This went a lot longer. This was a great topic. I got this from Justin. And one other thing he brought up, video testimonials. If you're working with somebody, ask very simply, and everybody here who has a web page or a Facebook page or something should have a few video testimonials up there, not these written quotes. I think written quotes to me don't carry much weight. What do you guys think?
They're okay. I don't think they could beat a video testimonial.
I mean, anybody,
that's for sure.
Anybody could type a quote, right? You know, I always question that, but a video testimonial that is recent and sincere, and you just ask somebody a favor. Could you do a 30-second video for me? I'd like to put it, and I'd be glad to return the favor to you. I really appreciate it. Could you do it for me today? Could be on QuickTime or some very simple video format, just to say that I do what I say and I kept my promises and I helped you. And if you don't want to do it, don't worry about it. So ask favors. Those video testimonials, I have a lot of them on my Blab page. From a lot of my students, and I think they're very sincere. You can really tell when people are telling the truth. That don't you intuitively know when they're full of it or not, when it's sincere?
For the most part.
You ever see the gurus when they do those testimonials at the convention or the seminar and everything? Don't they strike you as a little contrived?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So sincere. They've got to be real. They've got to be, and these are good. If someone's deciding, you know, it's a very competitive world we're in. If someone's deciding whether to work with you or a lot of your competition, third-party testimonials can be wonderful. Absolutely. Let's. I want to do a lot more role play. Today's role play Monday. Is that okay with you guys? I want to do a lot of tough role plays today. Before we do that, let's open forum. Anybody have something to announce or share? Let's go. I see hands up, or put it in the checklist. Gervasio, you go first, and then I see Nicole.
Hey, Claude.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Claude, I went to go look at a property on Saturday, And the seller, it's from a probate list that I've been talking to her for a couple months, and now finally it looks like at least her probate was pushed through and she's able to sell. I went to go look at the property. She said she had an offer for 65. When I got back on the phone with her later Saturday, I told her that offer was not too far off. I could probably give you a couple more dollars than that. She seems to have, or it seemed like she was on the same page, and then she put me on hold. She spoke to her husband. She got back on the line with me, and she said before they move forward, they want to make sure what their payoff is with the loan that her late father left with the property that he left. And so I told her, well, we could move forward, go under contract, agree on a price, go under contract, and then my attorney will pull title and figure out what the payoff is from the bank. And so we kind of left it there. She seemed to be a little hesitant, and she put me on hold more than once to speak to her husband, who I've never spoken to. Seems like he has a little bit of pull.
Why do you allow her to put you on hold, by the way?
I haven't, I didn't have a quick response for her. I don't think I had the type of response that a guts says.
Who's in control when they put you on hold? Or they'll say they'll get back. Who's in control?
Of course she is.
What do you think her impression is of you? Oh, let me put you on hold here for anybody. I hate companies that put me on eternal hold or make me go through these 10 generations plus 3 to listen to the message in Swahili. I hate companies that I won't do business with companies that stress me out with putting me on hold too long or really bad music, okay, and stuff like that. I don't have the patience for it. What are they really saying when they treat you like that? First of all, what's the strategy you have to start thinking of to regain that control?
I should start pulling away a little bit, maybe.
Listen, Mr. Havasio, I'm very busy. Please don't put me on hold. In fact, why don't you put your significant other on speakerphone and let's have an adult to adult conversation. I've got other people and deals I'm working on today. I'd like to give you more money, but if that's a problem, or you don't know or you don't know what we're gonna, you can't make a commitment today, maybe I should go. What do you think?
Well, the thing is that we can't make a commitment. We've had trouble speaking with the bank and getting a payoff.
I don't know what's the problem. Just write them a letter, send them a text, or figure it out yourself. What do you basically take the, why is that so difficult? I don't understand. Pick up the phone and get to the right person.
Yeah, we've tried. They keep saying that not only was it my father that was on the loan, but my grandmother who passed away before my dad did. So they're asking me to do all kinds of estate and probates.
Okay,
before they give you that information.
Regardless of the payoff, you want 65,000 or more. Is that correct?
Correct.
Can we do a contract? My offer was for 72.5. Can we do a contract subject to you finding out your payoff in the next this week? And we'll do a contract regardless of what the payoff is. It's less than what I'm offering you, correct?
Off role play, that's what I proposed. I proposed that we put a clause in saying that if my offer price doesn't cover their payoff, then there's no deal.
Okay,
that's when she put me on hold again.
No,
she put me on hold again.
No, don't put me on. Let's role play. Tell me you're going to put me on hold.
Can I put you on hold again? I'm going to talk to my
thank
husband.
you for asking, but no, please don't put me on hold. I need to know if we can move forward here. I'm not trying to pressure you, but you've put me on hold before, and it's getting to the point where I'm trying to do business with you and give you a lot of money. Can we move forward? Or why don't you bring your significant other on the phone? Let's have a mature conversation here.
Okay, I'm going to put you on hold while I get him.
No, you're not going to put me. If you put me on hold, you're going to lose me and have regrets forever because you just lost $72,000. Do you want to do that?
I want to get rid of this headache. I've been paying $400 a month on the mortgage for the whole COVID.
I'm trying to help you, Mr. Havasio, but if you keep putting me on hold, I feel like a third-class citizen. That's almost rude, sir.
I'm sorry for that. Let me get.
Don't be sorry.
Get my significant other on the phone.
If you put me on hold again, I'm gone.
I promise I won't. Give me 1 second.
Okay, boom. Sometimes I'm not trying to be a jerk here and but sometimes is it pay to be assertive in a negotiation? Somebody else.
Claude, I'm sorry.
Assad, go ahead.
Right before you said that word, one thing I noticed, and when it comes to sales, because a lot of times we're always trying to think of like that little perfect thing to say, like, okay, how do I say this without pissing them off? One of the mistakes I made, this is especially true why scripts don't work. Being assertive, being masculine, I figured out, in even working at Best Buy, I noticed there's a massive difference. Being assertive in your tone, being assertive in your body language, not only do they respect you, that's actually the right response, rather than like trying to come up with like some clever thing to say. Just be assertive, and the response is going to be a lot better. Because if you're not assertive, they're not going to respect you though. But yeah, that's the biggest thing I noticed when you were doing the role play. You were very assertive.
Absolutely.
Doesn't mean you're being jerk, but you're assertive.
Yeah, and sometimes it pays to be assertive, because if you act like a beggar, they'll treat you like one. You did a little Freudian slip there right now, and I'm not going to be I'm not with the political correct police, but you said being very masculine. I want one of the one of the ladies speak up. Can women be assertive in business? Ladies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me why, and then we'll go to Nicole.
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with gender, although I realize that, theoretically and we're kind of raised maybe for men to be more assertive and women to, be softer. Although in Seattle, it's a little opposite. The women are way more assertive than the guys.
It's something in the water, or it's all those gooey ducks or something like that. Everybody has to Google gooey ducks today.
What the hell's Google gooey ducks? I never heard of that.
It's kind of a local delicacy.
Oh.
Gooey ducks prove that anything you find on the beach, you chop up, you fry in butter, can be edible.
Claude, can I ask a question, Claude?
Let me go ahead, and then Nicole.
This is related with that role play.
Sure.
You would be ready to walk away from that if they said, well, I really need to put you on hold. You would be ready to walk away from it and wait for them to call back?
I want to differentiate between my personality, God forbid, don't copy it, but or the moves, the psychological moves that I do. There's a wonderful Southern metaphor a friend of mine shared with me from Kentucky, Niles Larson. And Niles always used to say, don't pee on my back and tell me it's raining. I'm not trying to be a bully. I'm not trying to be over assertive, but I don't want to be manipulated. I don't want to be handled by a prospect. How many people get that feeling? Way too often. I did. Okay. I believe in I go back to transactional analysis. I believe in the different ego states that we have to recognize. If I'm talking to somebody and they treat me like a child, and they're acting like my critical parent, okay, and you'll go, Claude, did you clean your room? And I'm not a child. I want to do business. I want to give them a lot of money. I'm negotiating in good faith. But what happens to my negotiation power if I let them talk to me like I'm a minor and they're telling me to do my homework or clean my room? What happens to the whole negotiation process?
They look at you like you nothing.
Yeah. You gotta like almost kiss your way back into it.
Hey, Claude.
By meeting to their expectations.
Yeah.
Claude, I'm just looking at the screen. Do you have the record button on?
I do now. Thank you.
Oh, shoot. We missed a lot of good stuff.
I missed a lot. Well, actually, I might have a backup here. I might have it on YouTube. I'm doing a little experiment with YouTube today, so I might have it all backed up on YouTube.
I just noticed that.
Thank you I appreciate that. Thank you, David. The thing is, do we have rights in the sales process? Are we just a Google with legs? We just give away free information all day long with we're not allowed to ask for anything back. I think we need to, back to transactional analysis, I think we need to go to the adult ego state. That means it's non-emotional. We're having a mature, honest, transparent, authentic, all genuine, all those good little new millennial words, that conversation with somebody. Okay. But if they're treating me, I'm going to put you on hold. Oh, call me in 2 weeks, and they're dismissive of me. How does that make me feel? First of all, I believe the salesperson comes first. If we're treated like garbage all day long, how does that make us feel? Can we run a successful business if we don't feel good about ourselves, if we're being dismissed all day long? What do you guys think?
No.
No.
And they still gonna get into heaven.
The 11th commandment. Damon, you had something to say? You're muted.
I said that you get burned out on it.
You get burned out. What happens? Do we make phone calls? You know, guys know that. I think the one thing, if you do this one thing, what is it?
Make money today.
You make money today, but what else? My hand's a little.
Contact 5 people a day minimum.
Thank you, Alex. Speak with 5. If you can speak with 5 people a day, 2 a day on a consistent basis, and feel good about yourself, even if you don't make a sale, does that give you momentum to get to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? What happens if this thing is drudgery, if this is not fun? I don't care, can you stay in, ask yourself, what do successful people really do? They have consistent positive behavior. Absolutely. Nicole, you had a question. I didn't forget you.
Oh, well, open forum. So it wasn't a question. I just wanted to follow up because I know you said what I announced last week sounded like blue skies, but I got approved for 150K with the SBA. A client of mine got approved for 150K, and a partner got approved for a lot more than that, but with several corps. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys know.
Did you make money? That's all I want to know.
Well, it's got to hit the bank account, but yeah, once you're approved, then they call, they verify you, and then it goes to your bank. My client got his within 4 days. So I just wanted to let people know again, if they're interested in the SBA to contact me.
How? That was our big problem last week.
Okay, so I'll put my number in here, and yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because I try to call you. Nicole.
Did you leave a message for me?
I left a message and I sent you a text message.
What number did you call me from?
Okay. Here's the thing. You've got a problem. This is a man wants to do business and maybe give you money or I'm
on the phone all day long. So, and I pretty much, if I get a message or I get a text, I return everything. So Philip, if you can send me your information again, I'll take it. I'm literally on the phone.
No, I'm not on the phone all day long.
I've been on the phone 10, 12 hours a day for the last.
I'm going to get this is the worst thing you can make me do, Nicole. Nobody cares about Boo-hoo. You've got somebody here who might want to do business.
No, I'd love to. I just want to let you know I don't ignore text or voicemail. So I apologize if somehow I missed yours.
You've got a problem. You've got a problem in your system. Fix it.
And then where it go then? Where did the text message go then?
Okay, we're not gonna. This is not beat up Nicole.
I didn't understand what he said.
Just to keep moving here.
Well, I actually my friend is helping me because I can't keep up with all the calls. I'm literally.
That's what we call a good problem. If you're having too many calls, too many content. How fast? Which leads me to a question. If somebody contacts you today, email, text, phone message, whatever. How soon should you get back to them?
I try to get back to them immediately.
You try?
I do. I'm just I literally have so many people to call. I can't do it all myself. But yeah, I as long as it's within my power and it's not past say 9 o'clock in their time zone, then I'm going to contact them back today.
This is the hustle of the business. If you're doing your marketing brilliantly, which it sounds like you're doing, this on the positive side, you're doing something really right. You're getting too many phone calls. You're being overwhelmed. You've got a problem in your system. Fix it, because you're probably losing. To me, I'm impressed when I leave a message at a car dealership, insurance, someplace, and they get back to me quickly or text me right away. Is that impressive?
Absolutely.
Do we want to do business with people who respect our time and get back to us quickly? We still have rights. We still have rights in the process. Somebody contacts me and I'm free, or I have an open slot. I'll say, let's go on Zoom right now. Let's go on Zoom at 4:30 today, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. Then I go into gut sales mode in a couple of minutes. Is this a prospect, or is this someone just fishing for free information and consultation all day long? What happens? But if you speak to 15, 20 people a day and have a good follow-up system, this is math in your favor for making money.
I'm talking to a lot more people than that. But
this is a good thing. Are you on the phone? You got to ask yourself the tough questions too. Are you on the phone 45 minutes with somebody who does not make a commitment, or are you qualifying people in the first 180 seconds?
Yeah, for the most part, the latter. Like, my thing is, when somebody does sign up, sometimes I spend too much time on the phone with them.
Okay, do you need to do that? You got to ask yourself the tough questions. Am I telling my story? Am I giving these long intellectual presentations and not getting some kind of passive or tentative commitment? Mr. and Mrs. Nicole, if I can help you get that loan, if you believe that my company could do this, would you be able to fill out the paperwork and get it back to me today? Can you ask that kind of question up front?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do.
Okay, and hold them to it. And then at the end of the conversation, well, I'm really busy right now, and I'm looking at other people. I said, but you made a commitment to me up front. You're a woman of your word, aren't you? I mean, you said to me that if I could help you satisfy, and we made a commitment here. So would you like me to help you, or should I leave you alone? Then you fire them politely. Yeah, sometimes what I'll do is I'll give them a choice. Like, are you able to get that back to me today, or would tomorrow morning be better for you? No. This is where I want you to do that at night. I want you to be authoritative. Okay, if it's late at night, you got to be reasonable. Absolutely. But set specific timeframes. Don't give too many choices. If it's 9:30 in the morning, why can't they get it? If it was important to you, wouldn't you make every effort to get it back? If it's a 1 through 10 and they're an 8, 9, or 10, and it's urgent, take advantage of that and say, I need it back today, please. Could you do that favor? Okay, now, open forum here. 2-3 more minutes, and we're going to go into more role plays. Anybody else? Did someone else have their hand up for anything going once? Philip, if you want to text me or put your number in chat, let's talk today.
I text you.
You did?
Yeah, we have a chat box
Got it.
in Zoom here, Nicole. So you got to put your phone number or email in there, and it'd be good. Anybody else going once, twice? Alex, real quick.
Yeah, well, this is kind of a role play. I just typed it in the chat. Would it be possible to do some type of role play with financial distressed homeowners, people that, they really don't make many commitments. They wait till the last minute to do things.
Oh, I'm really broke. Okay, should I be the broke guy or you?
I could be the broke guy.
Okay, and what kind of business are we talking about?
Real estate, pre-foreclosure, maybe.
Okay, and we just okay, Alex. You want to say what are you looking for, to buy a home or something like that?
So I'm one of the homeowners. I'm in financial distress. I've been behind on my payments for 6 months now.
Oh, okay. Claude, Alex, why are we talking today? My name's Claude Diamond. I'm a private investor and real estate consultant. How can I help you today?
I'm just trying to evaluate my options. I'm not really sure what I can do to maybe keep my house or sell my house.
How are you going to keep your house if you're behind? What'd you say you were, 5 payments behind?
Yeah, about 6 months now.
You want me to tell you the truth or treat you like a child?
Tell me the truth.
You're going to lose your home.
Yeah, but I've done this before. I've been able to get more extensions with COVID and everything. They just keep extending it. I got more time.
You're 5 months behind. There's already a notice of default on your home. You can just live in there for free, and eventually they'll kick you out. Is that what you want?
No, not necessarily.
What do you want? Why are we talking today? What would you like from me?
I would like to keep my home, but if sell it at the last minute, do you think you could maybe help me keep the house?
I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe I can. Can I ask you a few questions first, find out a little bit more, and then I'll make you an offer, and we'll see if we can do business. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, and if we can't, you can fire me or I can fire you. Okay,
Okay.
but we're going to be two men here and tell the truth to each other. Is that fair?
That's fair. Thank you.
Okay, if there was a solution to saving your home for maybe working out something with the bank or something like that, are you financially, would you be able to pay a consulting fee to my firm to help you out if we decide to move forward today?
Now I can't even pay my phone bill. Honestly, that's going to be shut off soon too.
I guess it's over. I guess it's over then.
You think so? So what do you think I
know,
should do?
I know so. Because I charge,
Okay.
so even if I could save your home, you said it's worth what, $200,000? It wouldn't be worth paying me a $2,500 fee today to help you, I guess, with some positive solutions, right? That's not practical for your budget, you said.
Well, if I could keep the home, that might be worth it. Well, let's say, what if I can't keep
Not if it's worth it. Could you pay that today?
No.
I guess it's over then. Listen, you're a great guy. I wish you well. I'm going to send you a little gift for free. And if your situation changes financially, please feel free to get back to me. You have my private number?
Yeah, I got it here.
Okay, listen, you have a good day. I wish the best for you. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks.
Okay, that's politely firing the prospect. How much time did I spend with him?
Maybe
3
two
minutes tops.
How long, if I was a lonely salesman who hasn't spoken to anybody, a warm prospect in a long time, how long would the amateur be on the phone with Alex there?
20, 30
15.
minutes.
Okay, how much money would that non-gut salesperson make?
$0.
Zero. Why are we in business, ladies and gentlemen? My mantra.
But he would tell his manager he's got a hot lead.
Yeah, he'd tell his manager that, but what about reality? Why are we in business? We want to make money. We want leads. We want commitments, contracts today. How many, and I'm guilty of this. I used to do too much free consulting on the phone all the time. And Claudia once heard me and she said the word I'll always remember. It's a New York City term of endearment. What is it, David?
Schmuck.
Schmuck. I'm going to get a tattoo on my forehead. I mean, basically, if we're studying hard, we're working hard, we're here Monday morning, practicing and role playing. Are we entitled to be compensated? You got to believe that. You've got to believe that. And people are willing to pay for you if you're making the best efforts to help them. Absolutely. So Alex, I don't know if that role play helped you, but it's about if they don't have the money to pay you, there's no you've got to get to them. When should we talk about money, Alex?
Right up front.
Hey, is that rude?
Well, it's not. No, I mean, it's untraditional, which is good. But at the same time, okay,
Why is
we'll
it
say
untraditional? Why? Sorry to interrupt, but why? I like that part you said. Why is it untraditional?
because we're taught about education in a way, but not financial education. We're taught academia and not financial education. So nobody talks about it.
Isn't it? What's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again.
Okay, if you're talking to people who have no money or have no motivation or do not have the authority or the character to keep a commitment, what's the likelihood mathematically? Give me the algorithm of you doing a deal with that person today.
Man, less than 1%.
Yeah. Where should we spend our time?
Five people that'll do business with you.
Yeah. There's a wonderful book. If I've never mentioned it before, it's by Jack Worth. Let me I'll put it in the text box here. It's called High, JACQUEWERTH. It's called High Probability Selling. And there's only one takeaway from the whole book. It's work with people who have the need, the money to pay for the need, okay, in the time, in a reasonable time frame, have the authority to make a commitment and the character to keep it. There's a little piece of gold right there. That's basically the whole book right there. That's why my marketing is more virtual attraction. All you have heard me, the kind of marketing I do, rather than chasing people from a list who have no idea who you are and you have no idea whether or not they need your product or service. I'd rather virtually attract through product content marketing. I'd rather speak to 2 or 3 people who really have a need for what I'm selling today. whether it's real estate or sales training or anything, than waste hours and tons of money in situations where the likelihood is not going to happen. Let's do a role play. Let's do a role play here. You guys this is good. These are great topics you're bringing up today. Thank you. You're making my job easier today. We kind of did the distrust credibility issue on that. That was one of the role plays I had. And I made up a little mind map here. I'll put it in the Skype group later today for you, or I'll email it also to all of you. You get a prospect who attacks you. Okay, they go to you somehow and they say, aren't you you're the 10th person to call me. Are you another one of those bottom feeders? What is there, a real estate convention in town? I'm getting all these phone calls. All right, Damon, you're on. You smiled. I caught that eye contact there. Why, who are you? Who are you? Why are you calling me?
You want me to role play?
Yes.
Okay. Am I the salesperson?
You can be the salesperson, and you can make up anything you want. I had an ad in the paper. Maybe you can play. I don't know. You find out if I have a need or a problem, and gain credibility with me. That's the whole point. You got the rude prospect. We've all met this guy, right? We've all met this character. Gee, are you a bottom feeder? You're the 10th guy to call me this week.
I'm sorry, Claude, did I say something to offend you, or?
Well, I'm getting all these phone calls. They're calling at dinner time. They're leaving messages and everything like that. I just want to sell my home.
Oh, I understand. It's stressful when you're getting a lot of people calling you. I'd like to buy your house. You mind if I ask some questions and see if we can work something out today? And if not, you can tell me no.
Well, you're going to ask me. I don't want to be on the phone. That last guy kept me on the phone for 2 hours, and I haven't heard back from him or anything. Just wasted my time.
No, I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste mine either. If I could just ask you a few questions for a few minutes, and we can see if we can do business today or not. And if not, you can fire me.
Okay, good. You handled him. You didn't react emotionally to his outrage. What happens when they get pissy and we get pissy? Are we going to do business?
No.
No. How did Damon gain control?
He has permission. Can he ask questions about his house?
He was reasonable. He was mature. Was he the adult or the child in that conversation?
He was a man.
He was a man. He was an adult in that conversation, and he didn't react emotionally. The adult ego state is non-emotional. It's maturity. It's reasonable. It's being rational. It's trying to get control. It can be a little assertiveness too. Sounds like you're mad at me. Tell me what I did wrong. I'll apologize. I just want to make you an offer and give you a check or maybe buy your home today. But if you don't want to do that, I'll get off the phone. You could do something like that. Absolutely. Let me do another role play here. How about the time? How about the time waster? Who's my next? Wait, have we ever met the time waster prospect? They just want to.
I could be a good person for that one.
Okay. Well, I know you're going to be the salesman.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Kyles. Just have a bunch of questions to ask you about what is the option consideration? Oh, and rent credit. Do I have to give that or, do you have any sample contracts I could loup at? You're really good. I really appreciate you calling me back. Just have a bunch of questions, sir.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. Hold up. Calm down first. Can I ask you a question for?
I am calm. I mean, maybe I'm drinking a little too much go-go juice here, but.
No more go-go juice for you.
Okay. Yeah. What about can you send me the contract? That's the most important thing. I really want to see that real estate contract. I'm really curious about. Oh, right of assignment. Can I do my corporation or do I need to personally sign that when I do an assignment?
Wait a minute. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to circle the wagons. I'm just trying to put information here together again. I've heard great, and then off the role play. Then they usually what we call stroke you. This is the prospect's default system. They'll compliment you, okay, and try to gain control again on this. So how do you handle this? Can you stroke me and regain control? Tell me I'm all over the place. Put me, you say, look, tell me how we can do business today. What are you looking to do today? Take control of the situation. Be a little bit assertive, but polite, and stroke me. Okay, back in the role play. Yeah, right of assignment. How does that, what do you think, what language should I have in that contract? If I want, I have this one deal I'm working on and I want to assign it. Do I need special paperwork for that?
Well, the way you're talking, I see what you're trying to do, and see what you're trying to work out today. What are you trying to work out today? And how can we do business today?
To be perfectly honest, I've got a house that just came out of probate, and I've got a guy who's pretty interested, and I want to basically assign the contract to him. I got it from another investor. It's a probate deal. It's free and clear. And I've never done a deal like this before. And I saw your webpage, and I really love the stuff on your webpage. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you speaking with me today. Can you send me a sample of that? What kind of property inspection form is also important for me. Do I have to do a property inspection before an assignment?
I understand you. I understand what you're saying, though. I can help you. I can help you with the situation. But if I help you with this situation, can we do business today for a fee?
Oh, I didn't know I had to pay. You mean for a fee? You mean I have to pay you? And this is off the role play. This is where they act incredulous. Oh my God! You mean there's money? Business has money or something like that, right? Naomi, it's the truth.
If I help you with your problems today and help you assign this contract, can we do business today? If I help you with that for a fee.
Okay, give me a little nurturing and stroking. Blend it in.
You seem like a good guy. You seem like a good guy, and you have special paperwork you want to talk about. I would like to help you out.
Okay, good. You're asking me for a kiss, and you haven't bought me dinner yet. I mean, you're moving a little too fast. Bad. Don't get a picture in your mind right now. Okay, it's. I'm speaking platonically here, but a little bit of, great questions. You're going to hit my greed button, get me emotion. You don't stand to make any money on this, do you? And if you don't have the paperwork or someone to hold your hand through it, do you stand to lose all this money or maybe get into a lawsuit or something like that? I don't know if those are concerns, are they? Okay, yes, build up my emotional quotient in this thing. Why? What's the answer? And everybody better get this answer. Why is he, if he gets emotional, why is he going to listen to me, pay attention, give me information, and maybe make a commitment? Why?
Because you hit that greed button.
Hit that greed button. Is greed an emotional response?
Yes, and make him want to do business faster because he's so emotional right at this point.
Let me get one more shot. Go ahead.
And fear.
And fear from doing something.
Making a mistake.
Making a mistake. Is fear emotional?
Mm-hmm.
Fear of a lawsuit, fear of doing it wrong or everything like that. What do attorneys do when they want to get a prospect? Does everybody know that attorney move?
But since you are an attorney,
Mr. Kyles, that's a good thing you brought me this paperwork in from the IRS. I had a guy 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, he could go to jail for 10 years for the simplest mistake that he made on his tax reform. Oh, I'm so glad you brought me this. Oh, we've got to get to work on this. I don't know if you want to retain me or not, but if you do, we need to work on this right away. Is this something you want to take care of, or?
Of course, because I don't want to get locked up if I make a mistake.
This is what they do. Ethics aside and everything, greed can be emotional motivator, fear. Absolutely.
Especially with your freedom, you're trying to do something wrong. You go and wait for 10 years and you have to pay a fine, a penalty for like $200,000 or something.
How about a fine? What could an accountant do to instill a prospect to say yes? Who's going to be? Let's do another role play. Somebody else be my prospect. Who hasn't spoken before? Give me a new prospect. Give me a volunteer. Come on. Come on. Real simple. Naomi, unmute yourself. Gee, Naomi, I'm looking over your tax returns here and everything. wow, these fines from the IRS with the accumulated interest and everything. I know you're interviewing different accounting firms and everything, but this is going to, oh my gosh, if we don't handle this right away, maybe I'm experienced in this particular area, and I don't know if you want to retain me, but I could possibly negotiate a lower fee or get them to waive maybe some of the interest on this. Are you ready to make a commitment today to take care of this so it doesn't accumulate more, or would you rather just keep interviewing people?
Yeah, I've talked to a few different people who are making promises to help. I just was kind of curious as to what your credentials were. Have you dealt with something this messy before? I know it's over my head.
Was that the reason you didn't hire those other people? Because they sound like good people.
I didn't feel confident.
What do you need from me now so we can move forward and fix this problem, and it doesn't cost you tens of thousands of dollars? What would you need from me for us to have a good business relationship and move forward today?
Just a good price and a handshake.
A good price and a handshake. When you say good price, when you say good price, I'm probably more expensive than a lot of these other people. Why do you think people pay me 20-30% more than my competition?
Right. I'm hoping it's because you're more qualified. You've dealt with this situation.
I get
more
the job done. I usually pay for myself and save people more money than they're paying me. But I'm much more expensive than my competition and the people you're interviewing. Is that a deal killer? Is it over?
No, not at all. As long as you can perform, I'd be happy to pay.
If I can perform, and I'll send you an agreement in the next 30 minutes and you get it back to me before 12 o'clock, can we move forward?
Yeah.
Okay. The money's not an issue. You can give us a retainer and the balance in 30 days?
Maybe. What would the retainer be?
Okay, boom. Then you get into the specifics and work it out. Do you hear? Did I get defensive or did I get assertive? That was a good role play, Naomi. Well, what did you take away from that?
You got more assertive instead of saying, oh, well, I'll be less. It was that you were more confident and said that you would charge more because you're better, which gave me more confidence.
What happens when you get a salesperson who's always lowering their price? What does that do to your credibility?
Down.
Their values go down.
Your value goes down. Is price always the lowest price? Is that always the way people make decisions? This is a really good topic.
Right.
No, they say, why are you lowering your price?
Yeah, because you're hard up. You're desperate. You're a beggar. Do you lose all credibility, veracity when that happens? You better believe it. What happens when you say, gee, why do you think people pay me more for my Audi than they pay for a Hyundai? Why do you think people drive Audis, which cost 2-3 times as much as a Hyundai? Why do you think, they're all the same, right?
Yeah. And it's good because you're making the prospect think and answer the question instead of answering it yourself and trying to, build yourself up. It allows them to do that work for you.
If prices, you don't have to lose price. You don't have to diminish your price structure if the prospect perceives value. Okay. And most of you are in real estate. What's the value we can communicate to people in real estate? Buyer, seller, investor. I'll be an investor. Somebody communicate value to me in a role play. We got about 3 more minutes here. Come on, someone who hasn't spoken before.
What type, Claude?
Jimmy Jean, my brave dude. Nice going.
What type? What is it that I need to talk about?
Okay, there you are. You got background noise there. Okay.
Yeah. My son is.
I'm an investor. I'm an investor,
Okay.
and you're trying to assign me a property that'll make me money, but it's twice as much as my usual deal. I usually only do $200,000 properties. You have a $500,000 property. Why am I going to change? I can afford it, but why am I going to change my standards to go and more than double, buy a $500,000 house as opposed to just working on a $200,000 house? How are you going to sell me a $500,000 house?
Let's see. Hey, Claude, you got a minute?
No, I'm very busy right now. No, I listen, why don't you call me later on? Why don't you call me Thursday or Friday? Okay. See you later.
Hey, Claude, you know, I actually got
Off the
this,
role play. Never ask that question. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
It's one of my pet peeves and I jumped
yeah,
all
no.
over.
Hey,
You-
Claude,
You get me on the,
I actually got this, hey, Claude, I actually got this, this beautiful property over there on the lakes right now. You know, it's a possibility that you can actually make it close to what, 500,000. You know, last time we spoke, you said your ballpark is actually 200,000. You know, as far as buying the house, you know,
yeah, I'm not,
this wouldn't interest
I'm
you,
not,
would it?
I'm not comfortable with those really expensive houses.
Well, Claude, what you know, what is it that you're not comfortable with? Could you help me out?
I've always done $200,000 properties, and that just seems to be my cookie cutter. I mean, why should I do a $500,000 house?
You know, that's a good question. I appreciate you for asking me. But Claude, what if I say you're able to make you a quick $400,000 profit? How would you feel about that?
Well, you got my attention. Do I have to? Gee, is it legal?
Yeah, you know, hey Claude, you know, once I give you a call, you know everything is legal. It's a property over there in the lakes. It's a beautiful waterfall area. You know, it's worth about $995,000. And I'm actually selling it around what you could say, what, 375. How would you feel about, you know, moving into?
Well, you've got my interest. I'm a little nervous. How do I know I can trust you?
You know, Claude, I totally understand. What would you need
the-
from me in order for you?
Off the role play. That was a long pause. I don't know if that was because of technical issues or anything. What happens when we hear that long pregnant pause? What's going through the prospect's mind?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I set myself up.
Absolutely. Hey guys, we are out of time. Did we learn something today? Give me a show of hands if we learned something today.
Yeah.
All right, good. A lot of good role plays. Everybody have a wonderful week, a safe week. If you see your Uncle Claude knocking at the door, let me in because I've been evacuated. Okay. I'll see you all later. Have a great week. Okay. Let's do a little Bon Jovi here.
Don't forget Bullwinkle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, your moose outside. Bring him with you.
Oh yeah. Little Bon Jovi, New Jersey boys, living on a prayer. Have a good week.
Yes. Of course.